to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below.
Stand up, stand up, stand up. Yo, bro.
Now, this is just a small example of something that I've referred to and talked about before, right? Now, let me just go over the obvious. Obviously, these are a whole bunch of Caucasian women that are there on a college campus. Obviously, he is a black man that is directly there. There's a numerous amounts of things that can take place from accusations or him potentially getting a girlfriend with one of them or him potentially later on getting married once his career really, starts flying and he gets contracts. Now that that's pretty much all said and done, this is the thing that I'm going to state. Too many times on social media, I've heard women basically state that, yo, I want a guy with six-pack abs. I want a guy that's 6 foot tall and six figures and all this other type of stuff. All of these girls here, they're lining up to showcase themselves there, to let this dude know that, hey, at a point in time that, you happen to get famous, whatever it is, remember, I was one of the first ones that was there. Remember, I was the one to sit up there and, support you, and I was by your side and all this other. Like I said, whenever I look at the NBA, because this is something that, I've heard, some women out there, they want to decide to talk about, right? Whenever it comes to the NBA, all of the black, athletes, they're always married to white women. And I'm like, all is a pretty, large amount. I'm like, what exactly do you have to like back that up? Are we going from like the beginning of time and we're encompassing that, or are we just encompassing the ones that you decide to pay attention to, that you deem attractive, that you would actually want to be with, but you know that you can't be with because you decided that you didn't want to go out there and put yourself out there and let it be known that you were looking for a mate, right? Like I said, a lot of these girls that you see here, they'll be the ones paying like for season tickets. $1,200, $2,000 for like, court side seats, whatever it is, letting it be known that they are eligible, that they are dateable, that they are open to basically date that athlete. Don't matter if it's for money or whatever it is, they're putting themselves directly out there on the market and letting it be known, right? And the main thing I'm stating is, if you look at this picture, who is specifically missing? The ones that are missing are going to be the same ones complaining at the end of the day, saying that, oh, this is what I'm talking about with black men. They always want to do this. They always want to do that. Notice how this dude just has a mini fan base, just in a sense, over his height. Like, as soon as he stood up, they were already there to begin with. Like, I'm not sure if he's like the hottest thing there. Like, I'm not sure how it worked out, but he got a little mini fan base just by himself. You see everybody else doing their own business. All of those girls got their cell phones out. They're around this dude, the black dude, the other black dude, sitting there. He was like, yo, bro, just stand up real quick, stand up real quick. And you just heard like how they were just like, completely shocked at his height and how, tall he was. They started giggling and all that other type of stuff, right? They're letting it, like I said before, they're letting it be known that they are interested, that they are directly out there, that they are dateable, that they are, good for a relationship and all these other types of things. I always see, right? Because everybody wants to talk about competing, right? Men always sit up there and compete when it comes to getting women, right? Some guys got it easier than others. Maybe you got the 6 feet, maybe you got the great looks, maybe you got the money, maybe you got all of it, maybe you got some other things, right? But usually when it comes down, when it's the reverse, usually for black men, the main things that we hear is that, yo, I'm not going to compete for you. Compete for what? You're going to compete for me, right? But then the same women saying that end up losing to other women. Make it make sense. The math is not mathing. You're not going to sit up there and tell me that all black men should, in a sense, compete for you and your attention and all this other type of stuff. Like, we're just like, hey, the court jester, and we show up to you. It was like, make me laugh. You're funny, clown. Do a move. Fall on your backside. do a trick, perform for me, right? We're not about to sit up here and, do all of this. And then you're telling us in the same breath that you're not worth competing for. I'm not competing with other women in order to obtain or to get you. Now, the other thing that I want to make very fine and clear is that a lot of the women that say that, they'll make sure to compete for the exact same guy as if a future. Women will tell certain guys out here that I'm not going to compete for you, but yet they will continuously have back to back to back to back to back to back children with the same guy that other women out here have back to back to back to back to back to back to back children with. So somebody got some poor decision making skills. You want to compete for somebody that's not going to, in a sense, deem you worthy of marriage. He's completely bad for your whole being in general, for your whole mental psyche. But at the same, in the same token, this is the one that you choose. While on the other hand, you got the option to deal with a good guy who is actually deserving of attention, who will actually be there directly for you, who will try to do a great deal of things for you as well, including benefiting your life. But you opt to treat him like shit and to say that he is unworthy of any type of things that you have to sit up there and offer. He's not directly on your level. The main common denominator is that in that whole thing is the woman that's deciding to continuously make the wrong choices. Like I said, this is just a simple case study, and I'm just simply stating this, that if any of the black women that always complain about the black athletes always wanting to be with all these other women, they're not in a sense wanting to be with those other women. They have options to be with those women. Before, they never had options. They had to just deal with whatever it is. Once they get a little bit up there and they can actually see that, yo, I actually can obtain different things, they're like, yo, I'm going to sit up there and go for something different because this is like completely foreign to me. I never had somebody basically coming up to me. I had to basically, walk up to these girls and get turned down continuously and take L's on L on L on L. Now, this young man, he ain't taking no L's. Everything is looking like a win to him, right? And I'm just saying, just for this specific thing right here, where you have a group of women who are showing up to sit up there and give him attention, not him going out there and seeking them out, trying to get their attention. Like I said, it's two different things. They came to him for this attention. They came to him. He didn't come to them. He even seemed a little bit shocked and a little bit, put not out of it, but it was in a sense something that he wasn't even used to. He didn't even know what to do. He was like, "Oh, yo, this is crazy." It's like, I never even, experienced it. Like I said, a lot of black men have never, in a sense, experienced like different types of energy, and especially the young dudes out here, where the main thing that's consistently happening is that they're talking like the older black woman. It was like, "Oh, all black men are trash. All black men are this. All black men are that. Y'all ain't worth this. Y'all ain't worth that." So the older black women and all of the stuff and the jadedness and the confusion and the unhealing that, they're going through at this moment in time, they've given that to the general masses of these young black girls out here. So now the young girls are out here talking like the older black women who are in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s. Like I said, and people wonder why it is that things are happening the way that they're happening at this moment in time, or how things are looking. Because like I said before, everything is about perception, right? So if you got black women out here specifically feeling as though like, yo, all black men just want to sit up there and date everybody else that's not black, that's a perception. Because that one person is deciding to look at these black men that they deem as a qualifier or qualifying for them, right? They're not looking at all the other guys that are around them. Like I said, women got tunnel vision. They're not looking at every guy. They're looking at very specific guys. And they'll usually look at those specific guys who ain't sitting up there looking at them. While you have the rest of the world sitting up there staring you down in your face as you sitting up there walking, but you don't want to pay attention to them. You want to look at these variables over there and be like, oh, look at what all these black men are sitting up there doing. I'm eligible. I'm marriageable. I want to have kids. I want to still, live a good life, and I want to have all of this luxury and da 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 da. But yet, these guys always want to pick everybody else, but somebody that looks like me. when realistically you're the reason why you don't get picked because you don't put yourself out there. You put yourself out there for like other types of guys, like how people have stated. Black women don't get dressed up, get their bodies done, and their hair done for men. Y'all do it for yourselves, right? But when you look at other women and why it is that they get dressed up and dialed up, they'll sit up there and tell you they're putting themselves out there on the market. They're trying to get men's attention. They're doing this and doing that in order to find a suitor, in order to find that security. But like I said, people are going to say whatever it is that they want to say.